Have you ever poured your heart into something only to watch someone else take the credit like it was nothing? That's exactly what happened to me, and what I did next shocked everyone, including my CEO. I'm Lindsay, 28, a marketing coordinator at a mid-sized tech firm in Austin. I'm usually the quiet one in meetings, the kind that listens more than she speaks. But this one time, I had an idea that felt different. It was for a new client onboarding strategy using short-form video content. Simple, right? But the way I laid it out, it could actually transform the user experience. I stayed up nights working on it, sketches, flowcharts, even mock email templates. I felt excited, proud, like this could finally get me noticed. I remember showing my concept to Kyle, a newer coworker I had mentored. He was friendly, outgoing, a bit cocky, but charming. I trusted him. He listened intently, nodded a lot, and even said, "Wow, Lindsay, this could really go places." That one compliment, it made my whole week. At that point, I was nervous and hopeful. Maybe this was finally my break, the moment I'd earned some recognition beyond just being the organized one. Little did I know, that moment was about to be stolen right out from under me. It was a Thursday morning. We had our big quarterly strategy meeting with the senior leadership team, including our CEO, Rachel Carter, someone I really admired. She was sharp, fair, and didn't tolerate nonsense. I'd always hoped to impress her someday. Just not like this. I walked in, coffee in hand, ready to soak in ideas from other teams. Kyle was slated to present something new and innovative. I hadn't connected the dots yet, not until the first slide flashed on the screen. It was my idea. Same onboarding funnel, same video integration, even the exact phrase I'd used in my project notes. Make it feel like a welcome, not a walkthrough. My stomach dropped. My hands got cold. I sat frozen, eyes locked on the screen, while Kyle presented every detail I had created. Like it was his own. No credit. Not even a nod. I could barely hear what he was saying over the ringing in my ears. Rage, shock, betrayal, embarrassment. Every emotion slammed into me at once. And the worst part? People loved it. The room buzzed with nods and praise. I glanced at Kyle. He didn't even flinch. He smiled. I wanted to shout. I wanted to run. But I didn't. I just sat there, pretending nothing was wrong. But inside, a fire was building. Right then, I made a decision. He might have stolen my idea, but he wasn't going to steal my voice too. The day of the meeting, I woke up nauseous. Not from sickness, just nerves. I replayed the evidence in my mind over and over. My laptop was in my bag, the idea theft evidence folder backed up on a flash drive, the cloud, and my phone. I wasn't leaving anything to chance. The meeting was scheduled for 11:30 a.m. It was just me, the CEO, Maya, and someone from HR named Olivia. Maya looked up from her notes as I sat down and offered a calm, polite smile. "So, Amanda," she said, "I understand there's something important you want to share." My throat went dry, but I started speaking. I walked them through everything, calmly, clearly, just like I practiced. My voice only shook once, but I kept going. I showed the original timestamps, the Slack messages, the early designs that only I had. I even mentioned Kyle's exact words, "Love your onboarding concept," with screenshots to back it up. Maya stayed quiet, listening intently. Olivia asked a few questions, mostly about timing and communication. They weren't cold, but they weren't exactly warm either. I couldn't tell which way it was going. But the moment that hit me hardest? When Maya paused and said, "This is very thorough." Then she added, "I've seen Kyle pitch ideas before. This doesn't sound like him." I nearly cried right there. Not from relief, though that was part of it, but from finally feeling seen. After the meeting, Maya said they'd review everything carefully and follow up. No promises, no guarantees. But for the first time in a long time, I felt proud. 2 days after the meeting with the CEO, I walked into work feeling lighter. I had stood up for myself. I thought maybe, just maybe, I could move forward. But the atmosphere had shifted completely. Coworkers who once said good morning now barely looked my way. I caught glances, murmurs when I passed. Someone even closed a laptop when I walked by the break room. It hit me. I had become the drama. Kyle still came in like nothing happened. Wore the same smirk, said hello like he hadn't just been caught stealing. That almost made me laugh. Almost. But the isolation, that hurt. I wasn't expecting a parade, but I thought maybe someone would say, "Hey, good on you." Instead, it was radio silence. One coworker, Bree, sweet, quiet Bree, slipped a note on my desk that read, "Saw what you did. Took guts. Proud of you." That one little gesture made a world of difference. It reminded me I wasn't crazy. I wasn't wrong. I just disrupted their comfort. Still, it wasn't easy. There were days I wanted to quit, just pack up and vanish. The loneliness, the judgment, the fear of retaliation, it wore on me. But then I remembered something Maya had said in the meeting. Doing the right thing usually feels the hardest when you're doing it alone. So I kept my head down, did my work, and waited. I knew the truth was out there now, and sooner or later, the impact would follow. Weeks passed. I kept my head down, focused on my work, and told myself not to expect much. The storm Kyle created was still circling. People were cautious around me, some even cold. But I stayed polite, professional, and consistent. Then came Friday morning. I walked in to find the office buzzing, not in the usual way, but in that something just went down kind of way. Eyes flicked toward me, then darted away. The energy felt tense, different. About 10 minutes into my coffee, I got an email from HR. Subject: meeting regarding project conduct, urgent. My stomach dropped. I thought I was in trouble. But when I walked in, Kyle was already there, looking pale, hands clenched in his lap. Across from him sat our HR manager and a senior VP I'd never even spoken to before. Long story short, they'd completed a full investigation. Turns out, Kyle hadn't just stolen my idea. He had a pattern of taking credit from others, altering files, and even deleting timestamps to cover his tracks. A couple of our coworkers had finally come forward too. I sat in stunned silence as they laid it all out. And then, like a perfect movie ending, Kyle was told he'd be terminated immediately. No yelling, no scene. Just a quiet, shocked man gathering his things and walking out, eyes low. As I stepped out of the room, Bree caught my eye and smiled. That small moment felt like a huge victory. I didn't cheer. I didn't boast. I just exhaled. Karma may be slow, but she's very thorough. After Kyle's exit, things started to shift. Quietly at first. People who once avoided me started saying good morning again. Coworkers I'd barely spoken to now invited me to meetings, asked for input, or even just checked in. Bree and I went from occasional lunches to real friendship, rooted in mutual respect and truth. About a month later, I got pulled into another meeting, this time with the CEO herself. Her name was Lisa, maybe late 50s, sharp but warm. She said she'd reviewed the full situation and told me this: "You didn't just protect your idea. You reminded this company what integrity looks like." I nearly choked up right there. She offered me a chance to lead the next phase of the project Kyle tried to claim with my name attached, officially, publicly. I walked out of that meeting with something more than a promotion. I walked out with confidence I never knew I had. But here's what really stuck with me. Being kind doesn't mean being silent. Being professional doesn't mean letting people walk over you. And sometimes, doing the hard thing is the most respectful thing you can do for yourself.